On this topic, late night is obviously an interesting topic for, culturally because, well, Stephen Colbert was just fired and, viewership there is pretty sad. A million viewers, isn't paying the bills anymore. That's, that's just literally the reaction. So Conan O'Brien came out and did kind of this interview where he's basically like, late night is cooked. Late night television, as we know it, is going to disappear. I want to add, before I get your guys' take on this, when Greg Gutfeld, when the ratings just came out for when Greg Gutfeld went on Jamie Fallon, and it was an all-time ratings high, 57% higher than normal viewership, his highest viewed episode in since, I don't know, 2022 or something like that. Probably during lockdowns, I'm guessing. Late night did this to themselves. All you have to do is point at that. Look, you could have another million viewers a night if you just stop telling half the country you don't want them to tune into your show.
Right.
People are talking about SNL, all this kind of stuff. What do you think? We're going to get into super chats after this topic, by the way. People in YouTube are saying, I forgot super chats. We don't have a single super chat on YouTube. So I don't know why you're saying that.
Because I made everyone mad today,
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys make of, the future? I mean, what do you make of the statement? Because late night television as we know it is going to disappear.
I personally have no desire to watch any late night TV. I would just rather watch whatever's online on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, or Rumble. But that's the thing is independent creators have become more entertaining to watch than a lot of these television shows and like late night type shows that are supposed to be. That's the thing. I feel like late night shows are supposed to be a little bit more so they would bring on celebrities and try to make relatable experiences, but it wasn't really all that relatable. Yeah. Especially comparable to when you hop online and watch an independent content creator make something. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of people who aren't authentic in that space as well, but you're going to have a lot more options of authentic creators versus, let's watch some, multimillionaire or billionaire on TV who tries to make relatable content for the plebs, and it's not gonna work that way.
Yeah.
I think that this is probably like in his award show speech or whatever it was. Conan O'Brien mentions that this has been going on since the 1950s, so that's like 75-ish years, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's a long time, and I think the format
back when people only had 4 channels.
Right, and I think the format has evolved to be more the same. Like, it's not like you're getting a huge variety, or like one of my favorite clips from the internet is Dolly Parton on a late night show singing about how it like gave her her big break. I think that now we kind of all know it's like they do a monologue if it has any politics is anti-Trump, and then they bring out a celebrity, and then they have it doesn't feel fresh, and anything that doesn't feel fresh inevitably falls apart. And I think you see that on YouTube or like on Rumble or YouTube or any of these influencer platforms as well. I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Emma Chamberlain is, but she was a teenager who went super viral. She has a big following on YouTube. I think she does like she hosts the Met Gala now. But people will criticize her being like, you just kind of film the same stuff all the time. So if you have a platform that isn't growing, of course, at a certain point, your loyal viewers who might still like you might not tune in as regularly. It's not like, with all the late night stuff, when Stephen Colbert got canceled, it was like they are taking this out on us personally, and it's because he challenged Trump or did whatever. No, it's because there's 14 of you and it's all kind of the same and you're not changing. So I think like a lot of cable television, like the news channels and stuff, a lot of it will die away in place of YouTubers or podcasts because the landscape is changing. It's not a personal attack all the time on the people. It only is in the sense that they are saying exactly the same thing as all their colleagues.
Well, a lot of the, somebody in chat wrote, I miss Conan's skits with Jordan Schlansky. Yeah, those are the best. I still rewatch those all the time. Like the one where Schlansky has like the espresso machine and he moves it into his own office is one of the most hilarious things ever. But like, or he keeps showing up late for work. So Conan puts like giant clocks in his office, and like there's a lot of funny bits. They just got lazy. And on top of that, like, what is there? Look, you used to watch the nightly news to see what the hell happened that day, right? Now people have, quarter cast to tune into, Timcast, endless live streams that are available at whatever moment they want, and they get updated on news. You used to have to wait till 9 o'clock to find out how many people got murdered in Milwaukee that day. Right. The same is true with late night. I already know that a new movie's coming out. I already know that, this movie got X, Y, and Z reviews. I already know that this band has a new record coming out. So the service that late night television provided no longer is required. And on top of obviously keeping the same Orange Man bad, Hollywood celeb comes on, says Orange Man bad. They don't even have like musical acts really anymore. They don't do sketches. That's part of the thing that at least made Fallon watchable. Like he would do do sketches with the stars he would bring on. Right. The James Corden guy who's insufferable had his like car karaoke thing. That was like a worldwide celebration or sensation. When they actually try to innovate, they can do well. But the problem is the entire shows became a sketch. They didn't care about, what was funny anymore. It became about pushing whatever political ideology that they wanted to, and people got enough of that. Even to a certain degree, you can see in like my YouTube views. I'm trying to diversify my content more because, people are already, Trump I talked about like, hey, views are down. Well, why is it me? Well, yes, it's not that people don't want to watch videos anymore. It's that they don't want to watch the same videos over and over again. They want me to, I started doing more, hey, look at this crazy woman doing something crazy. Those videos are doing well. The videos like, Trump does this, Trump does that. People in general, they don't care right now. So instead of like being hyper obsessed like I am and like always wanting to like move and change and figure out what's going on, late night just stayed putting out the same product every night. And then they said it's not the people, it's not me, it's the people. Right. And
blaming the audience for not getting viewership. That's a thing that we see constantly in entitled spaces. And of course that's Hollywood being in that entitled space. Every time a movie flops or a TV show flops, it's the audience is racist. Oh, the audience that is sexist. Oh, they're not watching because they're bigots. And it's like always blaming the audience. And that is not smart. When you are in any type of entertainment space, it's an entertainer's job to find out what people want to see and to deliver what the people like.
I think there were, in some ways, COVID was a good time for late night television because it forced some of them to try and be different. Like, I don't watch any of this, but I would see on social media, I think it's Jimmy Fallon.
They were all trying to do that. I'm at home in my I'm like living like a poor and I'm doing my show.
Right. Or they're like, I'm on a walk with my wife. And I think some of them had the relatability and like whatever the X factor is, where it was like, oh yeah, I still actually want to watch this person. And some of them feel flat. Like that to me indicates that they're totally propped up by the studio lighting and the fact that, people are coming to the same spot all the time. That's just how some of these industries work. Sorry.
Who is doing that? Who popped up doing that podcast during COVID called like, the Today in Good? It was like they had like a different thing where they only talked about like good things that happened that day.
Was that Krasinski who did that?
Yes, I think maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was like that was popular. People were like, "Oh my god, yes, please. Can I just watch like a show that isn't about, today's death counts?"
Right.
And like if any one of them would have kind of picked up on the popularity of that rather than being like, did you get the jab yet? Have you got the jab yet? Did your neighbor get the jab? If your neighbor didn't get the jab, they're a bad person. Yeah. And it was like, oh, well, that's one way to go about not understanding why people watch your show. People watch your show for escapism.
Right.
And like, I just don't, you know, I already knew things were bad. Like, it was nice when, hey, Ruby Deeps, it was nice during the lockdowns because there was still a lot of like Hollywood nonsense to make fun of, to kind of distract people from the doom and gloom and try to be also like a counterweight to late nights, you know, Jimmy Kimmel's famous "Rest in Peace, Wheezy" line, where, you know, he says that, you know, Trump supporters deserve to die because they didn't get the jab or whatever, you know, whatever he wanted to say. Like,
Crazy.
there was a market for that. That's why a lot of, you know, that's why you saw, you know, Tim Pool's show really explode, and a lot of these online panel shows really get popular because people are looking for literally anything to not jump off a cliff.
Yeah.
And they provided that.